And while you're there, could you put other people on mute?
Sure, okay. Mm, okay. Okay. So, so now you say analyzing or uh, try to understand clear about the awakening mind, bodhicitta, and then we try to that generate or generate bodhicitta, right? So in order to do that, we are learning, we're doing through by the practicing of changing self another. And then before you changing self another, you must to generate the equanimity mind. Okay, that part here. So equanimity mind, it's a little bit different than for immersible equanimity. The for immersible equanimity mind is not having attached to close one and not having aversion to far one, like the enemies, right? That equanimity mind. Here, equanimity mind is how much you cherish to yourself, that much cherish to others. All are equally cherishing. How much you will try to reduce your own suffering, that much you will try to reduce other sufferings equally. And then how much you try to having happiness to own, that much you try to do for others. That's equanimity mind, right? It's not completely different. It's not a totally conflict, but it's more stronger. Here, equanimity mind is more stronger, and also this is depend on also the for immersible equanimity mind. Once you have the for immersible equanimity mind, it makes it more easy to have here the equanimity mind, the part of changing self and other practice. So now here, when we talk about uh, the build up the equanimity mind or cherish equal to everyone, exactly same as like how much cherish to yourself, or you that's the equanimity mind, right? So the main reason Shanti they were giving here is everyone's equal suffer and everyone's equally wants to free from suffering, and everyone's equally that have wants to have happiness, right? There's like I think it's worse the 92. Oh, not really. It's a 95 and 96, right? That this is the main reason. But let me read from 91. Okay, I just give you general idea what we're talking here. Okay, and then 91. Just read it from 90, right? First of all, I should make an effort to meditate upon the equality between self and other. I should protect all being as I do myself, because we are all equal in wanting pleasure and not wanting pain. That's the main reason, right? And then although there are many different parts and aspects, such as the hand as a body that is to be protect their own, their own. Likewise, all the different sentient being in their pleasure and their pain have a wish to be happy that is same as mine. Uh, the suffering that I experience does not cause any harm to other, but that suffering is mine because of my conceiving of myself as I. Thereby, it's become unbearable. Mm. Mm. Okay, I just reading this, just read up to 96, then let's stop. Yeah, it's the 93, likewise the misery of others does not bear for me. Nevertheless, by conceiving of others as I, their suffering become mine. Therefore, it too should be hard to bear. Hence, I should dispel the misery of others because it is suffering just like my own. And I should benefit others because they are sentient being just like myself. When both myself and other, again, it's kind of like the main similar reasons, like giving why need to be cherished to other, same as like how much cherished to yourself, right? When both myself and others are similar in this way, that we wish to be happy. What is so special about me? Why do I strive for my happiness alone? And when both myself and others are similar in that we do not wish to suffer, what is so special about me? Why do I protect myself and not others? Okay. So up to here, again, they talk about that you must cherish to all sentient being equally, exactly same amount that how much you cherish to yourself. The main reasons here, we all, the wish that be always be happy, and we all wishing the free from suffering, right? So this is the main reason that we all wishing free from suffering. We all wishing to be happy. So therefore, you try to free from your own suffering because you wish that way, and then exactly same you help the other to be free from suffering because they wish same. So this brings out a lot of question, many questions. When I look at there, almost they have a 12 common questions. When we say, I need to cherish the other because we have a similar thought. That's the right. And then the 12 questions, the few are from here, Shantideva text, and then some are from other texts. And then which should be the first question when we say that you must cherish the other equally because we have a similar thought, right? And then, okay. And then you must say, yes, that's true. We have a similar thought, but other suffering, I don't have to be experienced about the suffering. My own suffering is only I have to experience. It's happening on me, or I have to experience my own suffering, and other suffering I cannot. I don't have to be experienced on that. So therefore, we are different. That's the first the one of the first common questions, that we are different, right? Other and we are different. So therefore, as even we have a same thought, I don't have to cherish that much to other how much cherish to myself. I don't have to take that much. I don't have to take responsibility to let them free from suffering as much I do to myself, because we are different. That's the one reason. And for that, so as saying we are different, right? And then Shantideva said here, and when both myself and others are similar in that we do not wish to suffer, what is so special? Sorry, I'm just reading 97. Okay. But why should I protect them? because we are different. And then I do nothing with the other suffering and happiness. I really, no one take care of my own suffering and happiness. Same way, I don't have a time for do others. I cannot do it. I have to do myself first. So that's the we having question, right? So for that, Shantideva said, but why should I protect them if their suffering does not cause me any harm? Then why protect myself against future suffering? If the second two lines are answering. Then why protect myself against future suffering if it causes me causes me no harm now? Like we are trying to protect for tomorrow our own suffering, right? So try to be more happy for tomorrow, or like we are working hard because when we become a senior, then I cannot do anything. So you are protecting that suffering or having suffering of in when you become a senior, but it's not do not exist right now. But still, you are preparing that suffering is you are even you're not having that suffering or you're not experiencing suffering, but you are preparing to protect to your future suffering as like when you become a senior, right? When you become a senior, then will be have a suffering, then how I overcome by it. That's you thinking right now, and you prepare for that. But still, same that the few senior that suffering is no harm to now, no harm to me now, or not harm to you now. So then why you prepare that the answer the problem Shantideva, right? And then so that's answer for one question. Again, another question arises from that answer, right? So say you are predicting actually for future, which is not having experience right now, but still you do it. Therefore, even you are not you are not feeling the other suffering, but you still you have to do that. That's the giving same reason, right? You have to do cherish the other because even you are even you are not suffering right now, but you still prepare for your future. Same way you do that for others. Okay, so then another question comes. Yes, it's true. My future sufferings not arises yet, but still, this is different because I will never experience the other suffering, never ever experience our suffering. But future suffering, my future when I become a senior or tomorrow, I have to protect that because I have to experience that somehow, right? Or some way, but never have to experience other suffering. Therefore, this two is different because it says okay. Why are you talking that? We have to find out the source of this thought. Why are you talking based on? Why are you talking that based on what you're like? Okay, another way to say is how you thinking that, right? So which just means like yes, we know that the first questions we know they are suffering as the same. We have exactly same wishes, but we are different, right? And then say even we are not yeah, I'm not having suffering now. So then even you don't have a suffering now, but you are preparing for future. This isn't that same? Then you say it's not same because my future suffering somehow I have to experience, but never the other ones. That's it, right? because it's my future is it's like a connected to me. It's all my future is my future, right? It's not it's different than other future. Other future is not my future. My future is my future. Therefore, I have to experience that suffering, but not the others. So then it says, it is a mistaken conception to think. If you think that way, right? It is a mistaken conception to think that I shall experience the suffering of my next life or next future. For it's another person who dies and another that will be reborn. So, okay, it's the first thing. It is mistaken conception to think. What is mistaken conception to think? Because you said my future is still me, right? My future is me. It will be my body, right? So when I become a senior, even I become a senior, it will be my body. It's still me. Therefore, I have to protect myself, but others not me. Even reason is perfect, but still there was some different there, right? So that thought is saying is mistaken conception thing, because my future is still me. My future, when I become a senior, that body is still my body, right? So what is mistaken conceptions is talking here is the thinking of permanent, the conceptions of the permanent, right? That what do say? Yeah, that permanent thoughts let us think that all are same. We like my like a child, young, and then all the seniors. It's me. It's my body thinking as a exactly sameness, thinking as all the one or same, exactly same, right? But it's saying it is mistaken because it is not exactly same. So you are right now your body, and when you become a more seniors, that body is not exactly same. So because yesterday body and today body is not the same, right? Because yesterday body is totally gone. It's a past. How come it's become the same? It's a past. So it's same means should be exists. Then we can say it's same or separate, right? But the other side is not exist. Yesterday up to yesterday. So all this like the parts of body or it's totally past. It's gone. Who shouldn't be same. Same way, your future body not come yet or never know it's coming or not. So it shouldn't be same, right? So, but why are you thinking it's same? If even it's not same, but still you can thinking it's you are thinking it's the same. Then why not? You can think that other body is the same as you are. Because we cannot think, because we are having that questions, we are different, we are different, we are different, but my body is always mine and me is me. All that like having this thought or always thinking as different because of we always having that mistaken conception or wrong view of thinking of permanence and thinking of all this independently exists. That's the wrong view to let us think that we are always different, right? So are you following me? I just want to make sure that you understand or not.
Can we ask questions now, or should we wait?
A little bit wait. Let me finish few line, and then I will ask you. So the question is related with the right. This topic, impermanent things, or different? What your question is?
No, I have a question about how we perceive the self and other, given that line of reasoning, that explanation you just gave. So I can wait till you're finished, or whatever you'd like.
How we perceive self and others?
Yeah, my question would be this. I perceive that in the past, I felt pain. It's not me now, but I remember that feeling pain. I perceive in the past, you felt pain, but I didn't feel it. I remember you felt it, but I did not feel it. I can think in the future, I might experience pain. I will feel it. In the future, you might experience pain. You will not feel it. So I differentiate self and other that way, that I experience what happens to self. I do not experience what happens to other. So although I understand your argument that the previous self is not the same as the current self, I still experienced that self. The future self is not the same as the current self, but I will experience that self. But the future, maybe in a dream, that self, I will experience that self. The future in a future life, I will experience that self, I think. But I think I will never experience yourself. So I don't really have an easy time exchanging myself with other, like you, or like Jackie, or like Judy, or someone else. You see, it's very different for me, that's all. I'm just questioning how we use this that you just explained to really exchange self with Jackie, or to exchange self with Judy, or exchange self with Geshe Dhargey.
Okay. Yeah, therefore I ask question, what is your question is. So if it's like related with this topic, then it could be questioning, because we can have more discussion to make understand clear this the verses. So yeah, I think how you thinking that way, how you can make like a cherish to other. That's your question, right? You knows we all different. I experience my futures, but I never experience others. Then your question is how it's helped us to think, cherish to other. That's your question?
Yeah, and also past. I experienced my past. I did not experience your past. So
yeah.
I still think of my past as something different from me now, but something that I experienced.
That's the actually question, right? So I don't know you are experience your past or not, because so your past is totally, completely disappears, completely gone. There are no exits. How you can experience? That's the you can think again. So I don't think we are experience our past.
But does it not with memory? With memory, we don't experience
memory is different. Memory is different. Memory is we are experience kind of image of past, not the actual one, right? We are experience of kind of not even the not feeling. Actually, it's more image. So because if you have like the feeling your past, you have to exactly same way to feel it, how you feel the past. If you are not the exactly same way to feeling it, you are not feeling the past things, right? So you are not experiencing the past one. It's more you're mentally, conceptually made it up that you are kind of like you remember it, then you're feeling right now, but not the exactly same. Therefore, you're not feeling the past one. That's the first thing there. And again, think on that. And then you really want to make connected with how to cherish the other to thinking of this, right? So because the questions comes here, I cannot cherish the other because we are different. Then answer is, yeah, your future is different than you, but still you cherished it. But then question comes, yeah, my future is not exit yet. It's different, but still I cherish it because I have to experience it. That thought, then saying, if you think your future you have to experience right now, or your future is You have to experience your future, not the other future. So then it's this thought, you have to think again with this thought. This thought is mistaken conception thing. This also is like a wrong view to thinking that I have to experience my future because it's me, it's my body, and then other is not. So that's, you have a conceptual, that wrong view, that thinking permanent. That's you have to clear. Once you have to clear that, once you try to eliminate that thought, then you can, one question will be erased, right? One question will be erased that my future, my future is my body. You know, my future body is my body. Therefore, I have to cherish, not the others. The other bodies never is my body. That's thought. That thought has to be that question, answering that question, right? So, but it's not answer for all your question, okay? It's answer for one question, as well as it's like a help you to change yourself by your thought, by this answer, one question. One, you have a wrong thought. If you change it, that's enough for this answer, right? By answer this. So therefore, how much you are the breaking that, so how differentiating between you and others, how much is break your thought, or how much your answer for your questions is, then that much you're getting close to the other, then you can cherish. That's how we need to go, right? So therefore, one question, one answer is not tell you all practice. One answer is not answering for your all question, right? One question's answer for answering for one question, as well as that question is perfect, like answers perfect goals. That's the we have to practice. So therefore, it's a wrong thought to thinking that my future body is my body, because still different. Your future body is not yet exists. It's not your body. Your past body is no exists. It's not your body, right? But still, you are conceptually, it's mentally thinking my body. There you're worrying it, but still no exit there, right? But something there no exit, still you are worrying it. And then even if other body is not your body, but you can worry the same worry. That's the saying it. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So then again, the 98 verses, the answering for the one question, but still let arise another question from there, right? Where is it? Let me read it in Tibetan 98. Because the second two line is answer, right? It's a that I shall experience the suffering of my next life. That's the what's it? Yeah, it's mistaken conception. Then for it is another person who dies and another that will be reborn. Say your life is now human life, right? Your life is human life right now, and then when you die, then you will take another body, which is like, for example, maybe we don't be nice, say, okay, better life, okay? We can take example that worse life will be encouraged us to practice. I don't want to be nice, okay? So just go to that. So here, our future life could be hell realm, right? We can don't be in hell beings, right? Don't say, no, I'm not. Never know. Never know. So, but think that way. It's good preparing to free from it, okay? So that's the, we are missing things. We don't want to think that way. We always need to think like a more nice in person. Then how you can encourage to do better, you know? We think that way. That's just how instructed to us, all these our previous master, and they do, right? As Buddha, how changed that enlightened? They're starting from suffering, the think, future suffering, aging and this or this suffering. He starting from thinking suffering, then it always change it, right? Same way, we have to think some kind of starting from suffering. That way, I'm taking an example that right now, human life, right? The human body with real opportunity life. So, and then next life, if we born in hell realms, that the hell being's body, and then here human being body is totally different. The hell being body is always suffering. There are no period that which is relaxing or not having suffering. Always, every moment having suffering, which is suffering heavily, not the gentle, right? Not the small amount of suffering, very heavy suffering. That body and right now, compared to right now body, is two different body. And right now you are a human being, and then your next life is the hell beings, is two being different. So then if you see, still you're seeing these two is different, but still you are preferring for your next life to rebirth better. Why? Because this two is totally different. So that's the another answer to emphasizing that why we thinking different, other and self are different, right? So then these are different. What you thinking is same, still is different. Then how come you are too much to protecting yourself and not others? That's how it goes. So therefore, again, I think we can take time for discussion on that to try to understand more clear. Okay, listen first. What is answer here is your future life, which is hell beings, this life, which is human beings, the two bodies are different because totally different experience, and two selves are different because the hell beings is not the human beings, not the hell beings. The two are different. That's you understand or not, right? So then if I agree it's two different, then why are you preparing for your next life better? You can do same to other, but you don't want to do other because still you're thinking it's different. But this is also different, but you still willing to do that to prepare for free from suffering, not born in hell beings, just some kind of born in like a higher realms that we tried for future. But these two are same as a different, but one you willing to do it, one you don't reject to do this. Why is it?
I suppose you can make the argument the mind stream is the same.
Okay.
Meaning that the experience will be yours for your future life. The experience will not be yours for the other person's future life. It'll be a different mind.
Sorry. Yeah, someone came here that I have to send Chupal to. Richard, say it again.
What did you say, Richard?
Sorry. I think I must experience my future mind stream. I cannot experience someone else's future mind stream. So I still see that as different. I think that was what Chappelle might have been referring to as the wrong thought that you're asking us about. Does that make sense?
You still see that different because of what the reason?
Sorry, I'm slow with the mute and unmute. I see it as, I think I see it incorrectly. I see it incorrectly because, I see it as different because I must experience my future mind stream. I cannot experience your future mind stream. So your future is different than my future. Your present is different than my present. My future is something I will experience, I think. I think of an I that exists that will experience my future, not your future.
Why your future is you have to experience?
Because I think when I was a child and I fell and I hurt my knee, I experienced that. And then when I became an adult and I experienced heartbreak or loss of someone I loved, I experienced that. So I see that as my mental continuum. I experienced in the past, I will experience in the future, mine, right? My mental continuum. I think that's what I think. Incorrectly, I agree, but I still think that.
No,
But I will not experience your future mind stream. So I think of you as different than my future. My future, I still think, is something I must experience, so I should prepare for it.
okay, as you say, when you're a child, you hit a knee and you have to experience. None of them experience your knee. And then you are not experience other which they hurt in young time, right? So this is very good argument, right? So and then what I'm thinking here? It's like the first things once you hurt in your the child the hits in knee, you are still experience. That experience is same or not, right? If that experience is exactly same or not exactly same, either what we're saying is you are not experience which you are hurts in children, child. Again, that same rejections is like that is past.
Agreed.
That's a past. But it's really difficult because we have a very difficult to change this thought. I agree with you, or all of us, very difficult to change this thought. Still, even we are seeing some kind of logic there, some kind of good reason there, but still inside, no, it's still I hurts, it's still I hurts the child. But if you have that kind of feeling, then you have to think again and again because it will. We are thinking that way because we are having strong the impermanent. I mean, like it's a permanent concept. We have a strong wrong view of the thinking of permanence. That led us think again and again. It's really difficult to see. It's not. But right. But logically thinking, okay, I'm not experiencing exactly when when I hurts in child time. Because it's past, right? Even I'm not experienced, which is yesterday I experienced this, is a past. But what is this I'm having right now, the experience? It's a kind of like a continuum, but you are not collecting enough cause and condition to cure it. And today's the cause and condition, that the moment cause and condition to arise you that hurts. That's the only that you're hurting right now. It's not the cause and condition when you have a child time, because there are no exit. What exit is movement cause and condition exit that let you have that painful, right? So because you do not have enough cause and condition to cure that or solve that problem. Therefore, the another day by day causing conditions to cause you that harms. Do you agree?
Agreed. Yes.
Logically or mentally, right? Not they still inside. I agree with you again.
Inside, I still fear that what happened to me in the past might happen to me in the future, but I recognize it's not the same experience. Experiential right now is different than imagining the future or remembering the past. I agree. Yes.
Okay. So let me go back to Chapel's question. Or you said?
I said, I suppose you could make the argument that the mind streams or mental continuums of like myself and someone else are different. Therefore, even though I have that mental continuum will experience a different body with different qualities in the future, the connection is still this connection, and they have their own connection.
Okay, that's also the very good argument. The answer will become in 100. Where is it? I think it's was 100. 101. So, okay, the triple answer will become here in 101, but still we are have to be really rethink again and again about how we think in permanent to recognize. As last time, it takes time for how I thinking like independent exists, myself as independent exists, right? So here again, same way, we have to find it out how I'm thinking impermanent. Don't say I'm not thinking impermanent. 100% we are thinking impermanent. Even as like the same reason I'm going back, even we know about, even we have an idea about the impermanent, but still inside we think impermanent, that let us arise that question again and again. To we are, that's my childhood is me. You feel that my childhood is me, my senior is me. That is kind of like the body. Yesterday bodies, today bodies. That bodies. Today bodies goes to tomorrow bodies. So that's all like a thinking as one, thinking as exactly same. That's the permanent. We are thinking as permanent, but that breaking it we have to really think like a subtle impermanent, the subtle concept of impermanent, that we have to think it. So momentary decreasing or momentary changing, that we have to think again and again, and then until you feel okay, my future is not, my future body is not this body. My future body is not this body. It's totally different than this body. My childhood body is not this body. It's totally different than this body, right? So we are breaking our own self because we have thinking, yeah, I have to protect myself because all this is the same. I have to protect my future life because all is the same. That's rethinking, right? That's to say or not same. These are mistaken conception to think. They're mistaken conception to think. That's the said it. So that's the exactly I mentioned it. Okay, so it's good to know that you can think again and again. So if you briefly understand what part you have to think again and again, why I'm thinking all is same. Is this correct or wrong, right? And then how I can not think all the same. So even my body continuum from child to senior, right? That's how I can think it's not same. Because it's not same. Because it's not same. That's you have to know strongly, because it's not same, never same. Therefore, why? Because it's impermanent, right? And then easily, simply, why? Because both are not exists. Future is not exist yet, and then previous is not exists, right? So even it's not exists, if you can connect it to yourself, then why not you can connect the other to yourself? It's conceptual thought, right? It's just conceptual thought. Okay, so then yes, Chabal say, yeah, continuum is different. My continuum is my own, and other continuum is not mine, right? So, but before that, it's a verse 99. It's also one of the answer here. Surely, whenever there is suffering, the sufferer must protect himself from it. But the sufferer of the food is not of the hand. Then why then does it protect it? Right? So one question is, yes, continuum. Another question is, it's a one continuous, like all this part of body is one continuous. Because it's just saying it's different. Then your hand and leg are different. Your hand and leg are different. Then why hands help to do your leg, your foot, to free from suffering? It's different, but we have an answer for that. Even it's different, right? My hand is different than my leg, my foot is different than my hand. We know that. And then why it's helping each other? But we have an answer for that. What we will have answer is we saying, this is the one collection, right? It's a one continuum, one collection that you might say it. Otherwise, what do you have an answer for that? Why hand is helping to foot? Why foot helping to hand, even it's different? Then why you say? What you will say?
Geshe, I would say it's connected to the same consciousness.
Okay, yeah, connected to the same consciousness. Okay, so then if you say connected with the same consciousness, then little bit go with it. Like with your hand, right, touch to something, you feel hot or cold. Do you feel your foot same way?
No.
Once you break your leg, are you feeling your hands breaking? No, right?
No, but I'm feeling the pain in
Mentally,
my
not
consciousness.
the hand,
I'm still
mind.
feeling the
You're
pain.
feeling mine when your leg broke.
Yes.
Yeah, not the hand though, right?
No.
Yeah, so, but it's same consciousness. You should feel that because it's same consciousness. Then what are you going to say?
I still think it's the same consciousness.
If so,
whether it's my hand or my foot, I'm feeling the pain in my mind, really, aren't I?
that's understand. Surely we are feeling in the mind. Yes, like a worry, sadness, or uncomfortable. That's all feeling it, but not the leg, not the hand, because your hand's still doing something, right? Even your leg cannot do anything. Your hand's still doing
Right.
something. They're two different, one pain, one not pain. So then how come these two are same because of same consciousness, right? If your reason is saying these two are same because same consciousness, then one is paining as the one another is not paining, then what is this?
But I still think it's the same mind that's feeling the pain of the leg, even though it's not feeling, even though the arm is okay.
Yes, I agree with you, but you have to answer for exactly question. One is paining, one is not pain. Why is it? Earlier you have a perfect answer that say, okay, it's the same consciousness. That yes, it's like kind of like a thingible. So then I'm thinking, yes, it is same consciousness. Now that you raised another question, if so, then one is pain, one is not paining. Why is it?
I have to think about that now.
Yes, that's how we need to break down our permanent. Okay.
Geshe, is not one way to approach this through practices like Tonglen and Guru Yoga, where we practice becoming one with the mind of the Guru and thus at one with the minds of all other beings?
This is kind of like a practicing, but actual, it's, practicing is like a try to change our mind, right? But it's the related to the actual or not, that's question. So as we saying, my guru mind and my mind is same, but it's not same, right? My guru mind is, my mind is not same. The Buddha mind and my mind are not same. If same, my mind should be omniscient then. My mind is not omniscient. My mind is completely diluted by ignorance, not the Buddha's mind. Buddha mind should be nothing diluted, anything diluted, or now ignorance. It's omniscient mind, but my mind is not omniscient. How come it's same? And then when we do Tonglen, when we're taking a suffering up onto us, we are not having cancer still, right? That's possible. I'm taking all the cancer up into me mentally. It's really encouraging me to open my mind for others. It's really helped me to getting more brightness and white of my compassion. But actual, I'm not really having cancer. Even I take all this cancer up into me. You know, this is all practicing is we are trying to change our mind, as well as change you can take it, even it's not happening with you. So that's how we need to do. Yeah, this is a little bit different things. Yeah.
But doesn't that help us to begin to break down the barriers between our mind and the other's mind?
It's a possible. That's exactly we are thinking here. We are breaking down. Yes, the Tonglen is one of these because Tonglen practice is actual. We are changing. We are changing. The practice of changing. For prepare for that, we are thinking equally in mind. We do equanimity mind, right? That's how we need thinking right now. Because we don't have an equal mind. Always, whatever giving reason here, still we're thinking different and different and different and different. We are separate, we are different, we are separate, we are different. That is the biggest obstacle to do changing self and others. Cannot do it until you're thinking them and us, me and you, totally separate and different. You know, there's some point different and some point is separate, but not exactly way they do how we think it. It's the same, everything is same, includes self. Self is exist, but not the way that we think it. So therefore, we have to change our thought. So that's what we're doing it, okay? So, so that's the thing now. Even if two things different, hand and food are different, but it's supporting each other. But we don't have a really perfect answer for that. Why it's supporting each other? You know, even if different, we cannot say it's not really different, right? We cannot say if not different. The best answer, you can say, oh, it's one collection. It's all connected to one, each other connected. It's like it's all one nerve system. The one blood goes all over that, and then it's a connected each other. That you can say, you know, it's a one collection things, right? So, and then there are actually the 100 and 101 is exactly answer for that. Yeah, we are continuum. We are different because my continuum is not the others, other continuum is not mine. And then the collection of body, my collection is not the others' collections, other collection is not mine. Then it's saying here, where is it? So actually here, although this is this may not be justified, it is done because of grasping at self. You know, they're exactly answering how you think it. But surely whatever is not justified for myself or other should at all costs be rejected. So, it says like grasping at self. It done because of grasping at self. Then also it may not be what's called. Okay, so therefore it's saying yes, my body is not another body is not my body. it's mine. It's part, every part here, the five aggregate and all these things which I have connected each other here, it's a mine. You are thinking it's a mine because you say grasping at the self, right? And then one thing I just remind to you, last Sunday, I just bring one of the endorsements. Even body is not your, but you are thinking it's mine again and again and again. And then it's like you feel it's now yours. But actual, the body is just become the getting bigger and bigger of that parent sperm and sperm things, right? The parent sperm is getting bigger and harder. That's all. That's our body. But you can say it's my body because you think that way. And when you think that way, it is like exactly you feel that way. And then whoever says not body, you will not accepting it. It's very difficult to accepting it. That much you strongly think it's mine. So whatever you have here, thinking mine and my, so then it's kind of like you feel it. You know, last time also I give like for your example that, you know, horse and then store things, you know, that, right? So in shopping center, it's something there, when you not buy, you don't have any problem. After you buy, then you're thinking mine. Once you think it's mine, that's getting a problem, right? So then you'll protect it because you're thinking it's mine. Before it's not you're not protect it because you're not thinking it's mine. That's how our body and mind, and every single part is same with it. So if you could do like which is belongs to other, which is other ones, which is belongs to other, you can think it's mine, then why not you can think the other suffering is your? That goes same logic. You know, it's very difficult to find the perfect answer. Still we feel, yeah, that's a little bit different there. It's a little bit different there, but we are not finding the perfect answer for that. If you not get perfect answer for that, then you have to accept it. so that's how we think, right? There's so many things. It's just, even like we borrow something to someone, and then after 2 years they forget it, then you decided I'm keeping it, then it's become yours. It's mine now, right? But it's not really yours because the person's not give you permission to keep that. But your mind decided I'm keeping that now. They forget it. You understand that the example, right? So, okay. Let's say you're borrowing book from someone. And then still, who belongs this book? How you can decide who belongs this book? Right? Until that person say you keep it, then you belongs. Until that person's hold it, it's mine, it's there, it's not belongs to you. That's how we need to decide which I belong or not belong, right? So based on that, you borrowing one book from others, someone your friends, and then long time now, it's 2 years, 3 years, you found the book, the person's not near to you, and then you deciding now I'm keeping this book. Since then, your mind has become more, when you added that mind, then you will have different, protect that book. You will do different, protect this book, right? Before you still think that book belongs to your friend. But when you realize after 3 years, you know, now the friends is no more there, it's not close, I cannot retain, now I'm going to decide it, I will keep it. When you decided that I will keep it, then it's kind of like you say, it's my book now. It's my book. Then you will be, like I say, the book is not really good example. You will not, it's not really good, makes you good feeling, you know. Say gold. gold or money, right? Say, and then like $100,000, right? So then your friend, you borrow from your friends, right? And then your friends forget that, they lend you 100,000. You know that, now they forget it. But only forget it. When they remember, then they will say, okay, give it back to me. They forget it. Once you know that they forget it, then someone can decide, okay, now I'm taking it, I'm keeping it. Now it's my dollar, right? When you think it's mine, then you are spending it, you are like being more protecting it, right? So, but still it's not your, something that is not your, but your mind decided it's mine, then how much you are changed to protect it. That's very much possibility showing us, yes, you can think other suffering is your suffering, other happiness is your suffering, it's just mentally. But right now we cannot think because we have a lot of question for that by wrong view. Thinking of permanence, thinking of self-existence, independent existence, that wrong view leading us a lot of questioning that still we are different, So that's the answer for each, right? Okay. So otherwise, you can think something is not belongs to you, but you belongs to you, then it's becoming belongs to you, and then it's your all this perspective is changing after you think that it belongs to mine, right? Okay.
Can I ask something?
Which is related with this
Yeah. Yeah, about the body. Once you take form, so isn't it hard to not do that because you still have to eat and protect yourself? So at some point, you automatically put the I there just so you survive. Isn't that how it begins?
What's it?
She's asking, like, isn't because you have this form, you have to eat and you have to survive, and these things are related with yourself. So isn't that I like automatically there because those things are necessary for existence, I guess, so to speak?
Yeah. Okay. The one thing.
I guess it's a bit different. So you can answer that another time.
Yeah, I think one thing's here to just let you know, we're talking here how much we need to cherish to other. That means not saying do not cherish to yourself. But right now, too much cherishing, you cannot do cherish to other. That part is breaking down that part. Of course, we have to cherish both. That's the one things we need to know. And then part of the, like what you're saying that I is automatically, that's will be answered in the next. Okay. So also this may not be just, okay, I already did that, right? And then look at the one, such things as a continuum and aggregations. The continuum, which is Chopel, the rest of the question for that, my continuum is not the other continuums. All this, my future and my previous continuum of mine is totally different than other continuums. That's true. And then as the hand and leg not supporting each other, it's like a one group of aggregations, one group of collections, therefore it's connected to each other. Therefore we feel that we're not, even the hand to help to food, we are not thinking some two different helping each other, because it's like one collections. So that thought, so that we have a thought. So now here answering for that thought, such things as a continuum and aggregations are flesh in the same way as a rosary.
This is
Let's see.
false.
Oh, okay, sorry. Are falls in the same way as a rosary and army. There are no real honor of sufferings. Therefore, who has control over it? Now, rosary and army. This is the example. The rosary is example for continuum, and army is example for aggregations. Now we have to think what is mean rosary and what mean army. Which is the rosary? The mala, right? Which is mala. The mala is just collected of all these beads, 108 beads, put in one string, then we call it mala, right? Just put in one until put in just that all pieces, the beads are put it like before you put in the one string, you will not say it's mala. Once you put in the string and all this, you say mala, rosary. The rosary is not really actual real there. Rosary is we just labeling on that. It's kind of like a fake. It's not real, but still that we are thinking it's the one rosary, but we will not really found the one rosary, right? The rosary means we cannot point it. Each beads are not rosary, and then string is not rosary, not mala, then which is mala. So it's like that's like all this continuum. We feel it's like a mind, but it's not real. That's the thing. It's not real. It's kind of like a labeling. It's my future and my previous. So there are two the main answer rejecting to our argument or answering for our question is the earlier are questioning by the thinking impermanence. The right now is questioning by the thinking like a selflessness or emptiness, right? So therefore, continuum and aggregations are just collected of many pieces together that we labeling on that as an army. So there are many the who can fight, put it together, make it a big group that we say army, right? So actually, Tibetans not really say army. Tenwa Mak is not the army. Army is individual person, right? Army.
No.
One means what?
Army is a group.
Is group?
Yeah.
Mak?
Yeah.
No, one person is not army.
No.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
I'll look and see what the Tibetan.
One person is a soldier.
Soldier. Okay, that's good to know then. Okay, then it's an army. Okay, so army is just collected of this all many soldiers together, right? Many soldiers together and make it group. That's the army, but not really their army, right? So the same way the continuum and aggregation is just what all cause and condition comes together, put it together, and we labeling on it. So something call it. But after we labeling on it, then we think something there. You know, the mala is not dependent on beats. Mala is not dependent on string, but string is not mala. The beat is not mala. The army is not different than soldier, and but each soldier are not the army, as you said, right? Each soldier are not army, and then it's just collection is not also not army. So just collection of all this rosary, the beads are not also army. I mean not mala. So therefore, it's a such thing as a continuum and aggregations falls in the same way as a rosary and army. They are no real. That's it. They are no real. Okay. Therefore, there are no real honor of suffering. Therefore, who has control over it? There are no real honor of suffering. Therefore, you cannot say it's my own suffering. That's their suffering. I cannot take to me. My own suffering, my own continuum, my own connections that I will feel it. Who is this? That's the thing. There's no real honor of suffering. If there are no owner of suffering, then why we cannot change? You know, that you cannot say their suffering is they belongs their suffering and I belongs my own suffering, because they are not really owner of suffering, because it's just merely label. Them who has control over it. Okay, so again, this is like a really the answer for many questions. So I like you think again on that verses to go more deeper. Okay, so but still we have a many question arises when we meditate or when we practice. That's how we analyze. Analyze means someone said it, then you question on that, and then question someone answer that, you again question on that. You answer someone again answer for that, you again questioning that. That's the analyze means that. So how much you're questioning, that much you're clarifying your doubt. How much your doubt clarified, that much your trust, belief are increasing. How much your belief and trust increasing, that much you can do practice. That's the how analytical meditation change you. Okay. Okay. So up to here, how many, like almost 5, we have a 5 question on saying that all beings are same wish for free from suffering, and they are same wishing that having happiness. Therefore, we have to do cherish as the same. That's the main topic. That led us to arise like many questions. So far, the 5 questions, and then also that each question get answered by Shanideva text. Okay, so next time, and I can additionally, there are another question which is common possibility that we might have it when we do practicing to have equanimity mind. Okay. So now you can ask any question.
So the phrase "what is so special about me" was the only antidote to that thinking about ignorance?
Thinking about ignorance is not really help you to overcome by it. Yes, thinking about ignorance is help you to find the antidote, perfect antidote. So the perfect antidote is here selflessness, emptiness.
And if you don't understand that, is there anything you can apply before that?
If
you don't have like a good understanding of selflessness and emptiness, is there anything that you can use that's kind of like a lesser kind of solution because you can't understand that solution?
Yeah, impermanent. Then again, you might have the same question. If I don't understand impermanent, then what else? Compassion. Then if I don't have a compassion, what else? Love and kindness. Then what else? Right? So, okay. Yeah. So, actually, yes. That's true. It takes time to understand emptiness. But it's good to understand emptiness by study and reflections, debating or reading book, listening other teachers, all this way to use it, then try to understand emptiness. It's more, put more effort on that, so it's everything possible. So how much I understand right now about emptiness, when I was young, nothing. I don't know everything about emptiness. Now, a little bit. Same you, at the beginning, you joined like understanding the Buddhist concept, or you joined Buddhist. You do not know about anything about emptiness. But right now, you have some kind of concept, you have some kind of idea. That is good to know that you know something. That knowing something, you can more increase and develop it. Right? Okay. What else? Another? Do anyone has any question?
Sure. I have a question. I think the other person's question, I think it's Gresic, asked about exchanging self with other, or something like that, being a practice like Tonglen. I think what you're saying, and is this correct, that Tonglen is possible to do without practicing what you're telling us to practice now. But if we do what you're teaching us right now, our Tonglen will be much, much stronger, much more effective. Is that correct? In other words, this understanding of self and other, of impermanence, and of exchanging self and other makes Tonglen a practice which is effective. But if we don't understand exchanging self with other, or understand impermanence, our Tonglen will be almost ineffective. Not a waste of time, but not as valuable use of our time.
Oh, okay. What I like there is two things. One thing I said, yes, Tonglen is actual practice of changing self and other. Before that, we have to build up the economy of the mind. It helps you to more better to Tonglen practice. And another thing I said, even when we do Tonglen practice, it's not really taking suffering upon to us, but it's help us to change our mind. As well as changing our mind, this is something counted. This is something helpful that we can use, even we cannot take the all suffering upon to us. But there are some cases that some Kadamba master actually took their suffering there onto. But we, this is different because who achieved bodhicitta, this is different. For us, we know that all sufferings not come to us, but mentally thinking, it makes you fear, makes you some kind of things. Because of all this, help us to changing. That's how we need to do it. So, but before that, it's build up equanimity. It's more help you to change yourself and others. Yeah, that's how I said it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? 5 minutes, we have 5 minutes. Okay, so then it's good.
Well,
okay.
if we have time, we could keep a discussion going about this inability to see others as self. I think what Chappelle started to discuss, this idea of this continuity, right? We can still see the hand and the foot as somehow helping each other. It's impossible not to. The hand puts food in my mouth. The food goes to my foot and my hand. That's the way my body is, right? I have no choice. If the foot gets broken, I cannot walk. My hand will suffer. If the hand gets broken, I cannot find food to put in my mouth. My foot will suffer. So they're very connected, very connected. One survives dependent on the other. A very close dependency. We can see it, we can feel it, the same nerves go to the same brain. But I think, when we think of other people, we think, well, maybe we're competing with other people. I don't know who asked the question. I think it was Laura said, we think of others as maybe like, I don't feel what the other person feels. So I'm competing with them. I want the food instead of them. My brother sits across the table. I steal the food from his plate and I put it in my mouth. I think, oh, I have succeeded. I don't care if he fails. I think, oh, it's good for me to take from the other, right? Sometimes. So there we have a really strong sense of self and other in a sense of competitiveness as aggressive competition. And so I think that's the root. I don't know if Laura was talking about that, but I think I was thinking of that as Laura was asking. I was thinking there's a strong competitive nature that we have to transcend if we're going to accomplish what you're talking about. And sometimes we find it easy, but sometimes we find it very hard. Okay. Because it's not a collection. We don't think of it as a collection, yeah.
Let me say that. What you said, it like the hands eating food and this this all you're giving reason. You know, you talk fast all together. If we go one by one, and one question I can ask one answer and one answer.
Yeah.
But you know, all this, what I can totally say, all this reasoning you give it, it's I can say it's not the perfect reason because it's not necessary. Eating food is not necessary to need a hand. Walking is not necessary to need a feet, right? So that's not one thing. And another thing is, as you say, connected all, like that is very true, connected at all. But that connected as like we say, like as giving example as like an army. It's an army, like an army. We are not really found it how it's connected. I know how what is connected. You know, actually we might have a question answer for that how it's connected, but we not really see the what is connections. So I think as army, and whatever you're giving reason which thinking necessary need a hand and feet to support. No, when you become a senior, right, your body is weak. You cannot move your hand. You cannot move your leg. Then the nurse hand is your hand now. Nurse leg is your leg now. Right? And someone else.
Right.
You're surviving. Right?
Right. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And then take the time for reflecting all we talked today. If you're nothing deeper, that's not really help, as I always mentioning. It's not help in the day by day. So reflect it on that deeper and deeper, because we have a strong obscuration inside there. We have a many strong wrong view there. So all questioning right now, we ask it. Actually, our wrong view asking that question, not real one, right? So therefore, it's good to know, recognize that how we're thinking wrong. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.